everyone, this is Shannon from theirisscrapper.com, and today I have a double point fun fold card for you guys that I wanted to share so you can see how this opens into a card. I just love it. I think it's so much fun. I've done different cards like this before, but I thought I would show you this technique again. Let's talk about the products that we're using. We are using the In Bloom bundle. This is out of the mini catalog, and our mini catalog is the one that is still available until June, so it's in this little one. It's actually on page 45. You can still purchase these products in my online store. This is an awesome bundle. So you can see how many dies you get here and all of the little stitching. You know I'm a fan of stitching, so this can go a long way. And it has great sentiments and stamps in here as well that coordinate. So it's an awesome bundle that I wanted to show you before that catalog ends. We're also going to be using the Tasteful Textile embossing folder and our layering circles dies. So I've done some of the die cutting in advance just so that it wouldn't be too long of a video, but you'd be surprised at how easy you know, and quick this card can be. So here, let's talk about our dimensions. So for the base, I am using a piece of Poppy Parade. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is just a single piece of cardstock. I have a piece of Petal Pink, and this is cut 8 by 5 1/4. So a little bit different. You score it at 4. That's going to create our card, which we are going to attach to, you know, the base. And then for the Designer Series paper, I am using that Pattern Purdy Designer Series pack that I showed last week. This is a host pack of paper that you can earn with qualifying orders. This square is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, and we are going to cut this on a diagonal to get our points. So let me grab my trimmer. You can see here the dark one is the blade. I am just going to line this up in my trimmer, so point to point, and I'm going to grab my blade and cut that. So now you can see I have 2 triangles. I'm going to flip that over, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, so let's do the same thing with this piece. Line it up with that 1/2 inch mark and give it a score. All right. This is what is going to create part of that point. We're going to get our bone folder here, give it a nice crease. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut this right off. Okay, so that's very simple because you can see your edge. You just don't want that overhanging. So let's trim it. There you go. Let's grab those scraps. I've also cut the largest layering circle in Poppy Parade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our 2 triangles. I'm going to grab some of our CO Plus, and I'm going to put that on that 1/2 inch score line. That's what we're going to use to adhere, but I'm going to grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine first because I want to emboss the front of our card to give it a little bit more texture. Excuse me. Alright, so let's grab, we got Platform 1 in here. I'm going to grab my Petal Pink. I'm just going to line this up in my folder. Lay that down, grab our other dark gray plate, and let's run that through. And that is all we're going to use. I've already pre-die cut our flowers and our leaves to save us some time. Alright, so now that this side is embossed, I'm just going to give that another little burnish. And we are going to line this up. So I am going to put this at the top of my card where that score line is, and I'm just going to fold that back and that adhesive is going to stick. Oh, I see a little piece hanging off. Let me fold that one back too. Okay, so there we go. Look at that. Then we've already got our point. All right, so now let's add our Seal Plus. We want to make sure that this sticks very well to our base. Oh, I ran out. I knew that was going to happen, so I was prepared. Had my refill ready to go. All right. Okay, let me just make sure I have it opening on the right side. We're going to bring back that Poppy Parade, and we're going to layer that right on to our card. Look how cute that is. Alright, so while we have this open and flat, we'll go ahead and stamp our inside sentiment. I took the birthday sentiment from that stamp set, the In Bloom. I got my Poppy Parade ink here. Happy birthday, you really are the best. I have some June birthdays coming up, so this will be a fun special card for them. Alright, and now we can start working on our front. So I'm going to grab my circle, and you can kind of see, now this one, you have to, your designer series paper, you can see this one I had the lines going this way, this time it's going this way. You just have to be careful with what kind of paper you use if you want it to be going a certain way. This paper works either way, so it's okay. But I did want to mention that just to keep that in mind. So I want to put, you know, adhesive no higher than my finger there. So let me grab my Seal Plus. I'm going to get some just on that point. And then I'm going to grab my circle and make sure that's centered. And there you go. Okay, so here are all of our flowers that I die cut in advance. I will show you in the dies which ones that I used. I used this big one, I used this one, as well as this one. I love that the centers, you cut more than one each time. And then here are the leaves. There's two of those, and there's two of this, these leaves as well. So I love that when the dies, you don't have to keep going back and forth cutting. So let's take our centers that I cut, and we're going to add some liquid glue here to all of our flowers. And then I did the orange, the pumpkin pie on this flower. I did the Poppy Parade on our larger flower, and then the petal pink on this one. Okay, and then we're going to flip these over. We kind of, oh, this one moved. Let me make sure that's stuck. So then I kind of want to just make sure I've got space here. I don't want anything to go off the base because we want it to fit into our regular size envelopes. So let's kind of play around with this a bit. That looks good. We can go over here. So I'm going to add some Seal Plus to the back of my little flower. And I'm going to put my short leaves to that. We are going to use some dimensionals for these, but just to get our leaves in place, the plus is perfect. That should work. Let's do the same here. Grab that. Kind of stick that in there. Alright, we've got our dimensionals. I have some full-size dimensionals, and I got some minis. Let me find those. Back our card. I think this is so fun. I love the colors in this card as well. So we'll stick that in there. We don't want it affecting the opening of the card, so you want to make sure you keep your dimensionals on the circle, since we've only adhered the circle at the top. And then let's stick this one in there, and then one more here to go. Let's put this one over here. Look at that! How fun! All right. And now we will also do an envelope. So grab a Whisper Basic White medium envelope. We'll take that Poppy Parade ink one more time. We'll take the flower that matches this, and we'll stamp that. Oh, didn't really have that inked up well. There might be a little hair or something on my stamp. Let's try that. That's now really dark. Okay, and then let me grab, I have another green center since the die cuts out more than one. And I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue and put that center right down over there and let that dry. So there you go. There is our double point fun fold birthday card. And I love that the back side shows as well. You could actually add some more color there if you wanted with your Stampin' blends. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you do pick up this bundle in the mini catalog, the January through June one, before it ends in June. And I look forward to being back with you real soon. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.